you got your big break on Everybody Hates Chris, the great Chris Rock show. I want to get your take on, and we're talking right now about being a gay black man and dear white people. Chris had this recent take on being a black celebrity that I want to hear what you have to say. The unique pressures that black actors face. He said, Denzel Washington has a responsibility to his people that Tom Cruise, Liam Neeson, all these guys don't have. They just make their art. No one says, hey, Tom Cruise, stay white. Don't forget your whiteness. What do you think about that, especially coming off of a movie like Dear White People, where it feels like you've sort of really taken on a part that explores blackness?
Yeah. He's absolutely right. There's this interesting thing. I think Charles Barkley had also spoken to it recently. There's this interesting thing in the black community of staying real. Never going away or forgetting where you come from type of thing, and always representing the community well, which is frustrating in a lot of ways and stressful as well, because so many different parts, like any community of the black community, have different opinions. So it's hard to please everybody and stay black and proud.
Right.
And so especially with this, where there's, I got a good amount of backlash from a lot of the black community who have an issue with, who are homophobic. And a lot of them, especially the Everybody Hates Chris audience, saying, we don't mess with you anymore. How dare you do this? Why did you turn on us? That type of mentality. And it was like, why is that a thing? But it goes back to what Chris was saying is, you have to represent our people well. And I was recently talking to Ali Leroy, who was the co-creator of Everybody Hates Chris, and we were talking about that, and he was saying, what's interesting with that is for so long there was so little, I guess, portrayals of the average black American that the average black American male associated himself with whoever was on TV. So in this way, there's still this mentality of, okay, you are a black male on TV, I am you. Wait, you're gay? I'm not gay. No, never mind. We're not the same thing. Forget you, we shun you now. That was very interesting that I saw of like, wow, we still have, a ways to go.
Yeah, absolutely. That actually goes on to what Chris continues to say later on. He says something along the lines of, if Denzel Washington comes out with a movie that bombs, there might not be another movie starring a black man for a year. Whereas if Tom Cruise comes out with a movie that bombs, the following week you'll have 4 more movies
it was just a bad
about
movie.
white people.
Yeah.
It's completely different for a famous black actor.
Well, I think Hollywood is still trying to wrap its head around the fact that the population is very diverse. I think we're just now coming into a place where, outside of just the black experience, Asian Americans and Hispanic Americans can, be the head of films. That's Hollywood is still catching on to the fact that, your main character can be all of these other groups of people, which is something I love about The Walking Dead of like Stephen Yeun. Me and him have these conversations all the time about the different experiences about, me going, because the black community is so vocal in a lot of ways of, like with Chris of saying, you can have a movie come out and whatever, but you have the Asian community who has been neglected severely for some amount of time that we just don't address as well. So I think it's a matter of Hollywood realizing that doesn't necessarily matter. I think they're still tying dollar signs to ethnicities.